Breakups are often the symptom of problems in a relationship. My workbook series, The Knowledge, is focused on helping you change your life in 4 key areas: retaining the information that I teach, personal growth, improving your relationships, and of course, re-attracting your ex. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
Hi there, I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about never settle for less.
Yeah, right, don't.
It's important.
Yes, it is.
Because one of the things that we do is when we get attached to somebody and we love them, we will tolerate behavior that shouldn't be tolerated.
Right.
And you can't do that for a lot of different reasons. But if you do stay with somebody who's mistreating you, neglecting you, abandoning you, or anything like that, the relationship is going to go downhill and deteriorate because there has to be love and mutual respect for each other.
That's true, and I think we said earlier today, people have to have almost a policy of what behavior they will tolerate from a partner and what they will not tolerate. Because if you have huge abandonment fears, it's dangerous, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can end up being a doormat, unfortunately, trying to prevent another breakup.
Yeah, and you know, when a lot of times we repress our needs or we don't tell our partner what we want or expect from them, thinking that they'll stay with us, when the truth is they're going to be more likely to leave us.
Right.
Because now they see you as a doormat, they can do whatever to you, and they lose that love.
And they don't respect it. Everybody appreciates healthy boundaries.
Yes, they really do.
Yeah, they do.
And for those of you that have an anxious attachment style, it could be really difficult to stand up for yourself. Because you may have never done it before, probably haven't. Right?
Right.
Okay. So we got a good email today that we wanted to share. It's from a couple in their 50s, okay? And so this is a woman that wrote to me. We did an email coaching, and she said, "Hi Craig, I listen to your videos daily, and I'm currently working on your knowledge program. Lenny broke up with me in December after 4 years of dating. We met on a dating site. We moved in together after 6 months. He felt marriage was just a piece of paper as he had a bad divorce. I was married for 30 years and split due to discovering that there was cheating." So she's had it rough. I mean, she's in a long marriage, and now she's probably like, yeah, I don't know if I need marriage either because after 30 years of being married, and he's saying it's just a piece of paper. But let me go on. Lenny and I did not have any children. However, he has 2 children who I love very much, and we're very close. After 8 months, Lenny sold his house and we purchased, in his name only, a very nice home.
She's got 2 red flags right there.
What are they, Margaret?
What was the first one? Oh, marriage is just a piece of paper, and the house is only in his name, although I'm sure she's contributing to it in some way or other.
Sure. I handled all communication with his ex and set up the visitation schedules for the year.
This red flag number 3.
Mm-hmm. I would travel 3 hours to pick up his kids if Lenny had to work.
That I don't have a problem with.
Yeah,
she wants to keep to the schedule, but it's still a lot. 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a lot. I paid the bills, cleaned the house, and did everything I could to make him happy.
And what did he do to make her happy?
That's a good question, and because he wasn't investing in her, he probably wasn't investing in this relationship. And he was probably starting to feel like he could do whatever he wants.
Yep.
But she did it to try and make him happy to stay, and then it did the opposite. Right? Lenny's mom was married 3 times. One day, when Lenny came home from a camping trip, his bags were packed by the door. Mom told him she was divorcing the second husband and leaving him to be with a new guy. Wow. So that would not be good to see. Your mom just walking away from her husband for another guy, and your bags are packed.
And didn't even tell you this was happening. So you came home to this shock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lenny was left to find a place to live because she was going on the road. The guy was a truck driver. So she just left him.
She just left the 15-year-old.
It's unbelievable.
But it's not this lady's fault.
No, of course not. No. Lenny was abandoned at 15. He spent the nights at various friends' homes until he was 18. He has an avoidant attachment style. I think we could figure out why.
It wouldn't be hard to understand that.
He broke up because he felt trapped and wanted freedom. When he would say he needed space, I would be hurt, sometimes crying. I took it as he was pulling away, and I was worried he would cheat. I wanted to be with him always. I have an anxious attachment style. Our two biggest problems were my insecurities and lack of trust.
Wait a minute. That's not our problems. That's her problems. He didn't bring any problems to the relationship?
I'm sure he did.
Why am I confused here?
Because she's getting all the blame.
She's taking all the blame.
She's taking all the blame. I handled the breakup by sobbing and pleading with him. I slipped into deep depression. I almost lost my business partner due to this. 8 months later, I still feel empty. After watching your videos, I started no contact.
Good for her.
He began reaching out to me.
Good for her for starting no contact.
Mm-hmm. He has contacted me to go with him to the movies, camping, and weekend trips. We have been intimate 4 times. All the while, he was going out with other girls. However, he says that there's nothing serious.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, but if she did it...
Yeah, I bet he would have a real problem with it.
I'm sure he would.
Now, look, if you can be intimate with your ex while they're dating other people, and you're not going to be hurt by that, or upset by it, then it's okay, but you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to get hurt, right?
Or catch anything.
Or catch, of course, you got to protect yourself.
Here.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
be practical.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself,
Yeah.
of course. But, if you guys are trying to figure something out, and at least he's being upfront and saying, I'm dating other girls.
But it doesn't mean anything. That's why I'm spending time and money on it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Every time we're together, I'm hopeful. He calls me late at night when he can't sleep. We talk 3 times or more throughout the week. So he's really got her hanging on here. Right?
He certainly does.
Yep. I have gone to counseling and was told that he has Peter Pan syndrome. What is Peter Pan syndrome?
I haven't heard of Peter Pan syndrome in many, many years. Peter Pan syndrome suggests that you don't want to grow up. Mm-hmm. Like the Lost Boys. And wasn't it an ad for Toys R Us? I won't grow up, I don't want to grow up, I'll always be a Toys R Us kid. But that's the idea, that somebody is still an adolescent. But I haven't heard the terminology for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair enough, because I think he's saying, I don't want a commitment, I want to be free, I want to go out and hang around, but I kind of want to have you too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would hesitate to call it a syndrome, but I guess people do.
Yeah. He sometimes throws public temper tantrums. Example, if a restaurant doesn't have what he ordered, he'll make a scene scolding them. What does that tell you, Margaret? Scolding them?
Scolding them. Well, I ordered, yeah, whatever, and you don't have it, and what kind of a restaurant are you, and your menu stinks anyway, and I don't like your maitre d'.
Does that feel narcissistic?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Or you didn't take good enough care of me. I came here to eat, and you don't have what I want, and you're not meeting my needs, and I'm absolutely devastated by that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She also feels he is bipolar. I guess she means her therapist. Which he could be bipolar.
He could be, but I mean, a temper tantrum in a restaurant isn't going to do it for me. Do go on.
Life with him was stressful, and I never knew what was going to set him off.
Well, okay, then that does sound a bit more bipolar.
Yes.
And that's when you get the bipolar eggshells that you always walk on.
Yep.
You don't want to set the person off. It can also be a really clever means of control.
Mm-hmm. It sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah. She told me to block Lenny and never talk to him again. I love him and want him back, almost like an addiction. Does sound like an addiction.
It really does, because it doesn't sound like, just from what we've heard so far, like there's anything in it for her.
Yeah.
I don't hear that he supports her, or he understands her like nobody else, or he's a big help around the house. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
I don't think she said one positive thing about him.
No.
Right?
My question to her would be, tell me what it is about him that you love so much.
And that would be something to really think about.
Yeah.
Okay. My therapist told me I have extreme abandonment issues from my mother, who only had conditional love. Thoughts?
If you dust really well, I love you. Mother love should be unconditional. I don't think anybody debates that. But we'd have to know a lot more than that to fully understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
And conditional love means I only love you when you're doing what I want you to. I don't love you when you're stepping over the line. So whatever that meant.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, probably whenever you assert yourself and say that you have needs, I can't handle it, because she sure can't do it here.
Yeah. When we talk, he says things like, let's just take baby steps. It's not fair for me to ask you to wait for me, but I would like that.
Wait for what? What has to happen for him to be ready to make some kind of a commitment?
He wants to do whatever he wants.
That's what he wants, yeah.
And he knows he's getting away with it.
Right.
And I just felt that statement was just so manipulative, right?
Yes, I agree.
It's not fair to ask you to wait for me.
But
I would like that.
But I would like that. And
Yeah,
I know
I don't
you'll do
like that.
anything I like.
It just felt very deceptive to me and sneaky.
Like there will be a time that's going to come when I'll make a commitment to you, but I don't think so.
Yeah. If I mention us getting back together, he gets upset and tells me that I'm too much. I latch onto the good things and hold out hope. I'm not interested in a relationship with anyone else at this time. Lenny has also said that he's never loved anyone more, and that he is happier with me than without me.
And 3 other people.
His actions are not lining up here.
No, they're not.
If he's so happy with you, then why is he dating other women?
Yeah.
Come on. I don't believe this dude.
I don't either. I
Right.
don't either.
He has cried when we talk about us.
Well, perhaps he should get an Oscar.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound too harsh.
Oh my gosh,
But
this
he
guy.
sounds like he's contributing nothing and demanding everything.
I mean, this guy is
Is
just...
that fair?
No, none of this is fair.
No.
But when it's over, I won't hear from him for a couple of days, almost like a punishment.
Almost, yeah.
Well, it is a punishment, I
Teach
think.
you not to bring that up again.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's not acting like an adult.
God, no.
No.
Which is, I'm sure, where the therapist gets Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah. You can't settle for this.
No.
Many times he has said that he just doesn't know what he wants. Oh, he knows what he wants.
How old is this man?
He's in his 50s. He wants what he wants at any given time, and he wants you to wait and put your life on hold for him while he does what he wants. He wants freedom, but he wants you to be exclusive. That's what he wants.
And he wants you to be there for him whenever he needs you.
Yeah. I feel he is torn between a life with me and being free to date and have nothing to answer to anyone. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And is that okay with you?
It doesn't sound like it's okay to her. The next weekend, he has invited me to his parents' cabin with mutual friends and his kids. He said that he doesn't want me to get the wrong idea, but he would like me to go. Well, I can't imagine why she would get the wrong idea when he's saying, come with me and my kids to do this family outing.
Yeah, but don't think for a minute that you're part of the family.
This is a 3-hour drive to the mountains with alone time. On a positive note, since the split, I have completely turned my career around, paid off all my debts, work out daily, and lost 30 pounds.
Good for her.
That's outstanding,
Good
right?
for
That's
her.
amazing. I started to go out dancing with new girlfriends, but mainly focus on my mental health. That's fantastic. I have allowed myself to slip into the friend zone, or have I allowed myself to slip into the friend zone, or become a backup plan? Am I too accessible?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Right?
Way too accessible.
Yeah.
And I wish she hadn't had sex with him.
In this case, I would say, no, I agree with you.
Don't you agree?
I mean, in certain cases, yeah, you can.
Sure.
Because you're trying to reattract with
Yeah.
somebody. But this
not
one,
here,
it feels
it's
different.
exploitive. It's exploitive
Yeah,
somehow.
that's the difference. And I think she's being hurt by this,
Yeah.
right? And this is a different kind of situation where he seems to be manipulating and deceptive. And to me, my gut feels narcissism,
Yeah, mine too.
right? How can I get him back so that I can see if a healthy me could have prevented this breakup? A lot of people get like this, Margaret.
Yeah.
They feel like, well, now that I learned all this stuff, can the healthy version of me make it work? Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, the healthy version of you can make it work with somebody that you couldn't make it work with before. But with this guy...
But the other person has to be working at it too.
Yeah.
And this guy has invested absolutely nothing and gotten absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm. And she's still beating herself up here.
And she's well, no, what she's saying is, now, if I change myself, can I fix him? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
No, you can't, and no, it's not your job.
But she thinks that if she had done things differently, she could have prevented this breakup.
No, she couldn't have.
The thing is that the only thing you could have done is different than what you think. It's not, could you have done more? It's, could you have set a boundary and had stronger expectations from him?
But she's hoping to rescue him. Rescuing never, ever works. If I make all the sacrifices and do everything on earth for you, can I make you healthy and make you okay? No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
He has to do it.
Yeah. What do I say to him during the opportunities to talk? His friends reach out and say that even though with me, Lenny was very happy, I am too good for him and not to take him back.
That's his friends. Did
His
you hear
friends.
this correctly?
That's right. What does that tell you?
Who know what he's really doing. Yeah.
His friends are saying, don't take him back. And those are his friends. They should be loyal to him, but they're loyal to you. So, I think that in this situation, you need to raise your expectations of what you expect from him and not settle for this.
No, you can't settle for this. It's extremely disrespectful. Not once have I heard anything about your needs or his concern about your needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about him and manipulating you to be the backup plan. There was a great paragraph she said back there that had backup plan in it.
Yeah.
I think you are the backup plan, and he's got a nice, secure little situation there. When he needs you, when he's tired, when he's hurting, when he's this, when he's that, he has you there for him, and you work at being there for him.
Yep.
I don't hear that he's offering you anything.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't. And I don't think that's why I'm saying I don't think she should settle for this. His friends are even telling you don't settle for this.
And that's major.
Yeah.
What do they know that she doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's more forthcoming
Yeah.
with them about what he's really doing or thinking or feeling. I just feel like this guy's narcissistic. He's being selfish. He isn't giving anything to this relationship. I don't know what it is she fell in love with unless he reminds her of Dad.
What do you think?
I think that Dad is probably just like him.
Right. And oftentimes, and we can't
Possibly,
say
Mom.
we can't say for sure because we don't know all of the story in detail. But sometimes a person can live their entire lives trying to rescue dysfunctional people, representing the parent that, of course, they couldn't rescue as children.
Mm-hmm.
But this woman needs to learn a wonderful phrase, what's in it for me? And if she got him back and if he did make a commitment, what would happen? Or can we even imagine that?
Yeah. And what would he be willing to do to make it work?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm in this situation, I would continue not to reach out, and I would want him to show that that he is going to make changes, make you a priority, and show you you're a priority. Because if you settle for less than this,
that's what you're going to get.
Exactly what you're going to get. More of this and that. This is just not going to make you
I said
happy.
to someone just recently, you're asking, what can I do to get him back? The idea is for you to put him in the position where he has to ask what he has to do to get you back.
Yes, in
and
this
she
situation,
was totally overwhelmed by that thought.
Yeah, absolutely. In this case, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think she should settle for this.
Absolutely.
And
not.
I don't think you should be chasing after this guy.
No.
And if you do, try and work things out with him, you need to be really careful, and you need to be clear on what you want from him and what you need for him to stay in a relationship.
And I understand where the therapist was coming from, but I mean, it does us as therapists not much good to tell somebody to stop seeing somebody they really care about.
Yeah.
And I agree with the Peter Pan syndrome, whatever it means this week, but he certainly does not act like a grown-up.
No.
And she deserves a grown-up. She's been a grown-up. She's been married for 30 years. She's taken wonderful care of him and his kids. She deserves better than this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully you'll think about that, and all you guys out there will think about what you're settling for in a relationship, and is it really enough to make a relationship work? Of course, he could change if he really wanted to. He could say, you know what, you are the woman that I love. We were together a long time, and I recognize that I wasn't giving enough or doing enough, and I'm willing to do that. If he can do that, yeah, you can work things out.
But if he does nothing and has a temper tantrum, if you even suggest that you should discuss it, then, you know. And if he's bipolar and he's getting no help, it's literally dangerous to stay with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching. If you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Yes, I am. Many of you have signed up, and I'm delighted to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and find me on Instagram. And that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon. I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net.